Hey guys, Abyss here over at EverQuestBot.com. Today I'm going to show you my new updates here and my automated multi-box tool. So as you can see, I am running 3 warriors and 2 paladins. My warrior is Prot and 2 fury warriors and 1 holy paladin and 1 ret paladin. My holy paladin is going to be the main healer. My ret paladin mostly focuses on DPS, but he does scan the holy paladin. If the holy paladin is low on mana, he will take over healing and stop DPSing, and vice versa. If my holy paladin is completely out of mana, she'll stop healing and focus 100% on DPS. So they kind of like one pops in, one pops out in an even need scenario. I'm building my bot from the ground up. It's completely based on AI logic. I mean, everything it does, it knows when to do it and how to do it, and when to use that ability in that specific scenario. Like, let me elaborate a little bit. Like, for stunning, my Prot Warrior will stun, and my 2 Paladins will stun with Hammer and Justice, and my Prot Warrior is, I believe, Shield Bash. So, if my target is currently casting or something like that, it will go ahead and use Shield Bash. And my other 2 will detect if Shield Bash was used or if Hammer Justice was used, and will scan all the party members to see how their stun cooldowns are, if they're up or down, and they'll use the best tune in that scenario to stun. Now, they all won't stun at the target at the same time when it's casting, but what they will do is they'll see if that target is stunned, they'll wait until that stun is over, and then they'll cast their own stun. So the system's in place to detect if the stun is off, if the stun is on, if you have a cooldown, if you don't have a cooldown, and will wait till another person's cooldown is off before they use theirs. It's very intelligent when it comes to stunning aspect. With this, I can effectively chain stun a target in PvP endlessly, because it will not stun all at once, it will stun when the stun's over, basically. And it will keep doing that for every turn. So I'm going to actually show you how it works here. You can view some of my videos for more details. So I'm going to just show you a quick run through Scarlet Monastery. I have not yet done this instance, so bear with me. Level 38, I haven't done this instance yet. So if I take a wrong turn or something like that, don't laugh. But alright, let me go ahead and turn it on, and they should start auto buffing me. And they went ahead and auto buff themselves. Now they're going to go ahead and detect who has what buff and start buffing. So there you go, they just started buffing Blessing of Might and Retribution Aura and all that stuff. So let's get started. Alright, as you can see right there, the bot will detect if the target is PvP or PvE target, and will auto charge in, change defensive stance and to battle stance, and then back to defensive stance for certain abilities. The other bots will do the same. They'll charge in, they'll use whatever ability they need to do, they'll auto heal, and just go full throttle DPS, as you can see here. My warrior, my main tank, is also running his own logic as well. So he'll check if the target has, if he has aggro, if he doesn't have aggro. If he doesn't have aggro, he'll taunt. He won't taunt if he has aggro. He will sunder armor if it needs to be sunder armored. Take a look at the buffs. Ren, hamstring, Ren. Like, for instance, they will detect if the target is not hamstringed, if he's a runner. If he's a runner, he'll go ahead and hamstring. And they'll all rend. Another cool thing too is that if both paladins are low on mana and out of combat, they'll both drink. You can disable that or enable that. I keep it enabled, that way I don't have to manually do it. Um, oh yeah, let me talk to you about a bot a little bit more. So, as you can see here, it detected it was in combat, and all of a sudden just ganged up on this hound. So, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but this bot isn't written in Lua or anything like that. It doesn't run on a toolbox or anything like that. I completely built it from the ground up. Um, it runs my engine, if you can put it that way. Unfortunately, I heard about EWT and Lua and things like that. My condolences. And you know that's why you don't really build upon a toolbox or something that's like general knowledge. You always want to build something from the ground up. Um, I mean, something like putting scripts inside Lua and things like that. I mean, eventually it'll be detected. I mean detected. I mean it's you're running something inside. You know what I mean, inside the game like that, and it's just not good mojo. Um, I recently had somebody join my Discord and was like, "Hey, why are you trying to build something when something's already around?" I think he said it was like Orca or something like that. I don't know. I'm not entirely too familiar with Orca since I don't use any of their products. But a quick like search of it, I saw that they use something called EWT Toolbox, and I looked at EWT Toolbox, and I was like, so why are you paying for one thing, and then why do you have to pay for a toolbox that somebody wrote, and then pay for a bot that runs inside that toolbox? It was just that, just kind of like, you know what I mean? I was like, all right, I mean, because there's people out there who wants to pay like $100 a month to run a bot, but I was like, all right. But then I saw how EWT was written, and actually another administrator in the Discord, in my Discord, actually tried out EWT. He was interested in how the teleporting was done. Um, from what I see, like the text, when Warden is up and running and automatically, disable it. But how would that work in a bot situation? I mean, you want your bot to be constantly running, constantly in real time, and things like that. I don't know. But for me, I don't write in Lua or anything like that. I write my own unique thing, so I mean, I'm not too worried about it. But for people who do use bots like that, just be careful. It's EWT is very public knowledge, and when something's that public and it's like a toolbox where a bunch of other bots use, if EWT fails, your bot's gonna fail. I mean, it's kind of over for you. But yeah, I built mines from the ground up. What more can I say about it? Every piece of code is written by me. I'm the only developer on it, so that's why it's taken me a very long time to, to build it. I'm leveling up. As I level up, I find new abilities, and as I get those new abilities, I program them to the bot. Things like that. I mean, as you can see here, my bots are gonna heal. Um, they're gonna find that my tank is being hit the most, and they're gonna concentrate all their healing abilities on my tank. Um, oh yeah, let me see. I'm trying to go down through the questions I had in Discord here. So I'm reading right now. Will it be a crime bot? All right. So to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what I want to do with it. If you see my earlier videos when I was trying it out, I think I was in Westfall. That's when I first started, and I was in the process of making an AFK pathing, grind bot, and whatnot. But then I got more into playing the game. I kind of enjoy the multi-boxing thing. I like multi-boxing without the work of multi-boxing. Hitting keys and then making sure the other, you know, dudes receive the keys, and then it's too much of a headache for me. So I wanted to code something that I could just drive, my tank, and then as I drive my tank, everybody will do their own thing. So, um, I mean, just a couple days ago, I tried, I was still working on the pathing bot. Lua's gone, I don't want to tamper with Lua or anything like that, so it cannot be Lua based. I don't want to use an unlocker either, so I would have to find a unique way of, I would have to find a unique way of coding the pathing. I think I figured something out. I attempted a little bit. I was able to kind of do dead mines automated. That worked pretty well, but I want to kind of like do one thing at a time because that would easily sidetrack me, and then I'll be starting from, how can I say, I guess square zero again, ground zero, because I would have to make sure that, you know what I mean, I have to redo all the I have to code everything again. I have to make sure the bot, acknowledges the profiles and stuff like that from ground zero. So right now I'm focusing on an automated multi-boxing experience. So you could box, and this is not limited for 5 characters, all right? A lot of people got that misunderstanding that this would only be for 5 dudes. No, no, no. You can actually do 40 dudes, 50 dudes, 60 dudes, 30 dudes, 100 dudes if you can afford that. And they'll all react, they'll all scan, and they'll all do their job. They'll 100%, you know what I mean, go full throttle. As you can see, my tunes are auto buffing me now when they detected I needed buffs. They'll do everything you want them to do. As how I want to actually distribute the bot, I haven't gotten there yet. I want to, finish up the bot first. At least make it so that, a level 60, what I mean, wouldn't be running, and the abilities on a level 38. I got to get my tune 60. I have to make sure that these dungeons like Scarlet Monastery, not Scarlet Monastery, I mean like Stratholme, Scarlet Mans, and all that. I got to see how that runs. I got to see how the NPCs react there. If you got fears and things like that, I have to code that all into the bot. That way, the AI logic will understand and know what to do in that situation. Right now, it's all the way up to where am I? Scarlet Monastery. Yeah, it's up to Scarlet Monastery. So I can run any tunes I want up to like maybe level 40, or maybe I don't know, like maybe 42, whatever the new set line of abilities are, and it'll run perfectly 100% well. But like I said, I want to get to level 60. I want to max it to 60 out. That way, some level 60s can just go ham on Skull Mans or Stratholme, do some raids and things like that, and all automated. So here's another question. Will my bot be locked down? So that's actually a good question. If anybody's familiar with my EverQuest bots and hacks and stuff like that, I don't like locking things down. I mean, I sometimes want to play like 20 tunes, 6 tunes, 5 tunes, or tunes I want. Locking it down per computer is dumb. In my opinion, it's just money grabbing. I kind of do it for fun. Um, I actually originally didn't want to sell this bot because right now I'm enjoying WoW with it, and in selling it, I gotta cut down the time I get to actually play the game, and and answer questions, and things like that, and that just kind of sucks. But I mean, a lot of people wanted it, a lot of people were interested in it, and I think it's pretty cool that more people will actually get to use it and whatnot. No, I won't lock it down. It would be, one license for as many as you like. Um, I just have good faith in you guys if, to not share it and whatnot like that. Like I do with my EverQuest bot. Like none of them are locked down. So, I mean, I don't mind per se if you share. Just don't share it to like a whole guild or something like that. That would make it, really hard for me to continue, support on it because why am I trying to sell it to y'all if you guys are going to just hand it out? You know what I mean? That I'm not, it's kind of worthless at that point. I might as well just lock it down and keep it to myself. Um, so yeah, if you're like if you're like my current EverQuest members who just keep it to themselves and not share it, you know what I mean? That'll be great, and I can keep it unlocked and whatnot. But once it gets out of hand, I would have to somehow, talk to my other admins and whatnot and figure out if I want to do it that route. But right now, no, it's not. I don't have any plans on doing that. Another question about Lua. Yeah, it's not Lua based at all. Um, Not one bit. It doesn't run on EWT. It doesn't run on a toolbox. It doesn't run on any known, Blizz hackers or own core software or anything like that. It doesn't run anything like that. Everything's built from the ground up by me. I'm the only dev on it. I'm sure once I release it, the other people would decompile it and see how it's done and whatnot. So that's fine. But by then, everybody knows I wrote it and will understand my code, and we'll see if they're copying off me and things like that. So I'm not too worried about that. Um, and if you sell a copy of my bot, man, that's just shameless. But I've had that experience with EQ, where someone kind of stole code from EQ and redid their own thing, changed the GUI on it, and started selling their own. That's like despicable move. It kind of sucks, but it happens. I mean, it happens. I mean, there's a lot of love, blood, and sweat that went into this bot for WoW. WoW is not really something easy to code in. I mean, it's really not. I mean, you got that pain in the ass Warden, which everybody I'm sure know. If Warden wasn't there, you would have dime a dozen bots out there. But I mean, you really have to be careful, Warden. My bot's not well known. I'm sure it's probably a little bit known now as I do the YouTube videos and show my progress as I'm building it. But um, but it has to be kind of released in order for them to do something about it, or to figure out how it's done. So when I reach that bridge, when it gets that known, like I think it probably took them what, like a year and a half now before they did something to like Orca and these EWT bots that are popping out of nowhere, just running like a simple unlocker and a toolbox to do it all. I mean, I, they, I feel bad because all these people who got banned for running that publicly known way of unlocking. But come on, I mean, you can't like build something from another application that's known that got code from different sections of WoW memory on own core. You know what I mean? It doesn't work. You're gonna get your clients banned, and unfortunately, it sucks. It sucks for your player base. All that gold gone, all those tunes banned, and that's something I've been talking with some people on Discord. How would I keep this bot protected? So as I'm leveling up and as I'm programming the bot, continuing the AI logic on it, that's something I'm deciding on how to do it. I mean, it's getting popular. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, these people who are joining my Discord or dime a dozen, they're asking when it's gonna be released and things like that. At this point, I don't know. Like I said, I'm level 38. I gotta hit level 60. I gotta see what the 60 dungeons are like and code that AI into the bot, like I mentioned earlier. So it's still gonna be a while. Maybe I don't know. Maybe a number 3 weeks or something like that till it's remotely able to be sold. I mean, it's able to be sold now. Maybe I'm just, what I mean, I'm loving it so much I kind of don't want to sell it. Um, but it's getting there. It's getting there. Just join the Discord. Be patient. Ask me questions. I try to give as much updates as I like on it. It's something I'm building from the ground up, like I mentioned earlier. It's not something that I found an unlocker and I'm just building upon the unlocker, or found another a program that does all this crap that I have to build, from the ground up and just build off of that and be ready in 2 weeks. I mean, it's not nothing simple like that. This is a very intricate bot. It runs off everybody. I mean, it detects the entire atmosphere that you're currently in. Um, from the instance type to open world type to target type, if it's a PvP, if it's a PvE target, things like that. Let me see what other questions we have here. Um, oh yeah, about the grind bot. A lot of people want this grind bot. I think I talked about it earlier in this video. But just a brief rundown on that. Eventually, yes, I'll add grind bot support. But at the moment, I'm focusing on this. Once this is 100% ready, and once I get players actually using it, satisfied with it, and things like that, then I'll put an add-on. Like on my bot, it will add, how can I say it? It will add third-party support. Um, so I would be able to just simply build add-ons and add onto it, and you'll be able to customize, your own dungeon profiles and things like that. I had dev mines working, um, so I can run dev mines back and forth automated. But this is going to be way after the bot's completed and done. Um, that'll be too much of a headache for me. I mean, I'm the only man working on it, so I mean, having to answer questions for that, and having to answer questions for the bot. So once the bot's finished and done, I will and people are using it, they'll be able to help answer questions for other people, kind of similar to my EverQuest stuff. Like I'm not always there to answer questions, so sometimes you pop in Discord and ask, and another person who's using it will answer for me, which is cool, and I greatly appreciate that. I mean, I get like 200 messages plus a day on Discord. I mean, it's crazy. So it's kind of it's hard trying to deal with purchasers and people who just want to ask questions and things like that. So the more people who can answer them for me, the better. I know. Oh yeah, another question here. I know some some people who want to help me out, like help me out with the programming, the AI, and things like that, and want to be a mod and things like that. I have, to be honest with you, to be straightforward, I have trust issues. Um, ever since that crap I had happened to me with EQ, um, someone stealing my code and rewriting it, renaming it, it kind of put me the wrong way. Before that, I was very trusting. I had people test things out left and right on a daily basis. I would put out new builds and things like that for people to test. Now I'm kind of a brick wall. I kind of keep everything to myself and build it as I go. Publish YouTube videos when I want to, and just answer questions when I have time. Um, so I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'll do that again. Maybe when the bots release and I want to do like some updates, I'll have some developers and things like that to help me, maybe make it better. Maybe they could focus on the add-on system and develop their own thing. Oh, here's a good one. All right. Can I buy a package deal and resell it? All right. So I have a couple of people. I have actually never knew that this existed before this. So apparently people buy a bot, I guess like EWT or Orca or something like that, and buy a bunch and resell it or something. I don't know. Man, I don't know how to answer that. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a problem with it. I don't know how I would, I don't want you to try to resell it to like 100, 200, 300 people, and then all of a sudden, you know what I mean? And then you just pay for one bot. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Um, I don't know, man. Man, I've been talking you guys' head off, and I'm still at the entrance of the Scarlet Monastery. But yeah, I don't know about that. Maybe that's when I may lock it down, you know, like maybe like I don't know. Nah, I don't know. I don't know. I can't answer that right now. But yeah, back to the bot, man. I can look as you can see, they all assist. They all do maximum damage. They all just kick butt. See all these damn Rens? They just go ham, man. And you see my Holy Paladin's out of mana, so my Ret Paladin's healing it instead. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like I said, if you have any questions, I'll get them to you. I try to answer as much as I can in this video. I don't want to make this video too long because then I have to go back and edit it and all that stuff. And I'm not a YouTuber or anything like that, so I mean, it kind of sucks. I don't like editing videos too much, so so yeah, I don't want to make it too long. But yeah, if you want to go to everquestbot.com and just join the Discord, ask me some questions and whatnot, I'll answer. I'll try to reply back to you. Or matter of fact, I built a new private messaging system on everquestbot.com. If you sign up on there, just send me a message right there. It's actually easier for me to respond to that than Discord. Um, Discord is cool because I can check it on my phone, but with a PM system, I get emails and stuff like that, so I can easily just respond off my email. It takes me like a split second versus Discord. Um, and I actually kind of know who's talking to me and stuff like that on the site. It's easier for me. Discord, you have like the picture of the person and things like that. It's too much if you're dealing with like like 50 people. But yeah, thanks for watching, and like I said, it'll be released soon. Keep an eye on my YouTube channel. Peace out.